I got a few things I want to talk about. Not a whole lot really. To kind of let you guys know what's coming up in the future for the channel. Well, basically for 2022. Everything pulled up. Let's see. So, before it gets dark, I just want to take a moment basically to talk to you guys about, like I said, what's coming up for 2022 and what the plans are for this Fox body right here. So, let's see here. What's up with the stream? It's acting crazy. Can you guys hear me? Looking out the window. Okay. So, let's see. There we go. All right, cool. I flipped the switch. So, like I said, I really just want to talk to everybody about, basically what the plans are for this year. We've got a lot of stuff going on, and I kind of need some opinions. I'm going to do things the way that I have to do them, just because of my time and everything else. But I do want to ask your opinion on a few different things. So I'm going to go ahead and spill the beans on some stuff right now for you guys. Let me get this stream caught up. Loud and clear. Just thank God he can't see me. Well, it's still showing. Yeah, I mean, we're live here, but you're still looking outside. So I guess it didn't flip. So how about now? I'm going to just turn the camera around, I guess. So you're going to get some bad quality. No? Can see you now. There you are. All right, cool. So I will not be going to Chocolate Fox. Looking at the window. Put it back. All right, so guys, we have a huge delay here. That's what the problem is. I guess we just have a huge delay because everybody's seeing it differently. We're going to get it fixed. All right, there it is. I see it now. All right. On my end, it was showing outside. It was a problem on my end. So anyway, it happens, right? Stop. All right, so let's talk real quick about the plans for this year, and then we'll answer a few questions if you guys have got any. I want you to know basically what we have planned, which is a lot for this year on the channel. One of the first things is obviously going to be the Project Fox. I want to get this car. Let me get my mug off the screen. It always messes with me. So we obviously want to get the Project Fox painted and running good. We're going to do some interior work on it and just drive the car, hopefully. So that right now is priority, even over the 65, because it's something that if I'll get on the ball with this thing, like we can have this thing done probably by 4 takeover, no problem-ish. We should at least have it painted by then. Where the 65 is just going to take a lot longer. Now, we could jump on the 65 real hot and heavy and have that thing done probably by the fall, but I'd rather not. I just want to take my time on that car. The Project Fox, though, it's almost done. So we want to get this thing painted, possibly do something with the engine. I don't know just yet. And then I'm going to do a lot of body work. So I want you guys to know ahead of time, we're going to be doing a lot of body work, and a lot of the videos will be covering that. So I hope some of you are interested in it. I have a lot of tips and tricks and ideas that I want to share with everybody when it comes to body work, because I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. It's pretty much all I do, and whenever I have some free time. And I think a lot of the ways that body work is explained, there are some out there that do a really good job, but most of the guys just are up here with the stuff. And it's more of a mindset when you go into body work, paint and body work. So I really want to share that with you guys. Some of you that maybe have wanted to try it, I'm telling you, you can do it. So I want to put that information out. And then we're going to get over into the paint side of things. Now look, when it comes to, like, I think anybody can do body work, but I'm not so sure that everybody can do paint. So paint can be a little tricky. But I think that a lot more of you can do it than you actually think. Lower Alabama Life, turn it back. Give me that Fox. So there are no more LMR codes, guys. Adam was asking about it. We just don't have any. They don't do that anymore with the codes. They do like some special codes occasionally, where they'll put them out for like 4th of July, like holidays and things like that. But no, we don't get any codes anymore. Yeah. So Hanlon says hit that thumbs up. Okay, so then after the Project Fox, we have the 65 Fastback, aka the Gray Ghost, and we're gonna get on this thing pretty hard once this car is done. Which, if I had to guess, will probably be about 2 months. We should probably have the Project Fox done. So we're gonna get on the 65. Hopefully that engine will last in there. The transmission seems to be doing pretty good, and we're gonna put wheels, tires, paint, do all the body work. The interior side of the 65 is going to take a while. That is going to be very, very expensive because we don't really have any of the interior components. So that's going to cost us a lot of money, guys, a lot of money. But you should see that car come along pretty quickly around midsummer. We should really kind of get started back on that. Then we also have, now the Retro Fox is pretty much done. There's not a whole lot else I want to do to the Retro Fox. It's doing good. I really can't complain, so I'm just going to leave it alone for now. The Calypso, on the other hand, I promised you guys that we were going to try to get some track footage for you. We've got some decisions to make here. This thing needs more fuel. It's probably even, we might can get by with the 80-pound injectors, but it's going to need more fuel. Let's see. I probably missed it, but what color is the Fox going to be? I haven't revealed that color yet. The members actually know. So if you're a member, you've seen the possibility of the color that we're gonna use. I'm actually going again tomorrow up to Ken's Pro Colors, and we're gonna mix a variant of that. And so for the guys that are members, they actually got a chance to see it. I posted it. So let's see. What else? So yeah, getting back to the Calypso, we've got a few things that we need to decisions we need to make with that car. Like, you know, what are we really going to do with it? I would love to put a locker in that car, and that way I can drive it on the street a little better than what I do now. Make it a little more, you know, street friendly. The clutch setup that's in this car is not going to hold once we turn the boost up and add some fuel. It's point blank. It's just probably not going to hold. I like the clutch. We're going to run into some issues there. So, you know, we have to balance everything out. I always preach it, you know, balance your life out. And right now I'm having to kind of balance, well, really just 2 project cars. I've pretty much forgotten. You can look at the dust on the Calypso and tell that I've pretty much forgotten about it for right now. But it's cool. Calypso's in a very good place. I can get in this car and drive it wherever I want to. It just won't be that comfortably. Yes, so a few of the members are saying right now that the color looks awesome. It is a very, very pretty color. The main reason why I don't want to show you guys the color is I'm not 100% sold on it yet. There's one more variant. I'll tell you guys this. It will be a Porsche color, but altered, so it really doesn't matter. We're going to do some altering on the color, but it will more than likely be a Porsche color. Something a little different, right? So Blue GT says, hey, Brew, what gears do you recommend? T5, 373 or 355? It all depends on your power level. If your car don't make a lot of power, go ahead and put 373s in it. If the car makes, you know, 300 horsepower, something like that, just go with 355s. My rule of thumb is this. Gears are there to make up for torque, for loss of torque and horsepower. That's why you see like a 4-cylinder car with more gear in it than, say, like a V8 car. It's a rule of thumb. A lot of drag racers, you know, that theory goes out the window. You're trying to get all you can get when you can get it. Before a street car, if you're making more power, typically you need less gear. The problem comes in to where the more power you make, the more gear you throw at it, the more wheel spin you're going to have, and the harder it is to get this thing to hook. Looking for a Cobra intake. So Savannah James says that he or she is looking for an intake. LMR code I posted above. Okay, so yeah, there's a St. Patrick's Day code, everybody. So check out Jim Hilt. Let me go ahead and type that out for you guys so that you can see it. Okay, I don't know if this code works or not. BX. So I guess that's the code. Cool. All right. Well, there you guys go. Have I wired the AC into the Holley on the Calypso yet? No, I've not hooked up the AC yet on the Calypso. I think that there's a kit out there for it now, correct? Or it's just a plug and play kit. That's what I was waiting on because I don't want to do any custom wiring and all that stuff. What's your opinion on Godzilla engine swap? Chris asked. It's pretty cool. If you're wanting something different, then yeah, that's really cool. I'm probably not the guy to ask about like Coyote swaps and Godzilla swaps and Barrow swaps and things like that. I'm not super into it. I'm good with the push rod stuff. I mean, I know a Godzilla's push rod, but you know what I mean, the old style stuff. But it is very cool. I think they're making some pretty good power with those things now. Let's see. So, what's that? Dantherman Vlogs says that I just started my channel. Any suggestions? So yes, I do have some suggestions. There's been, I will tell you this. I'll go ahead and just be completely upfront with you. You've got your work cut out for you right now because there are so many Fox body channels popping up. I can't even keep up with them. I try to go and look at them and leave a comment and a like and things like that and see what you guys are up to, because I know a lot of the guys that are starting channels are possibly subscribed to me. But you've got your work cut out for you if you're going to start a Fox body channel, because it is saturated right now. What you need to do is set yourself apart from everybody else. For example, on my channel, I try to mix it up. I try to really show you guys some super budget stuff, a little bit of higher end stuff. But the main thing is I want to show you guys that you can work on your own cars and inspire you to do that. Do driveway paint jobs, rebuild engines, do anything to your car that you want to do. That was my goal whenever I started my channel, just a normal, regular guy that would include you in, like when I don't have the money to buy something, I'll just be up front and tell you, hey, we can't buy it this month or this week or whatever the case may be. That's been my angle. You've got to find a way to just be different, man. I don't know how else to say it. There's still some uncharted territory out there, but I don't know what it is. I'm just not gonna lie. Mariana, Florida here. Okay, Dustin, I didn't know you were in Mariana. That's pretty cool. That's just right down the road for me. All right, St. Augustine in the house. About to sell my Cobra to start on my dad's 99 to 01. Whoa, Dustin. What Cobra are you talking about? You don't have the teal car, do you? The teal Cobra? Somebody around here has got a teal Cobra that shows up to some of the meets. So Mustang Mike 256 says he's currently replacing the dang heater core on my Fox. It's not that bad of a job, but it's like run channel molding. You just dread it, and there's nothing fun about it, right? At least like with an engine swap or even body work, you're going to get some really good results. And the bad part is, Mustang Mike, is you're about to replace the heater core, and you're not even going to need it here pretty soon. We got Florida in the house. Florida Fox Nest Monster. I'm going to be doing videos on my 99 Cobra. Okay, so there again, even still, that the SN stuff, the new age stuff, ever how you want to say it's so, the Mustang market is saturated right now, very saturated. Still, everything I said applies to you. Find something that makes you different and stick to it. Okay, that's just all there is to it. I always recommend people just be super upfront and just do your thing, man. Like, you might get sponsors and things like that. You can have sponsors and still be true to who you are. But, like, don't get on there, in my opinion, and try to put on this persona, this personality that's not you. Just be you, man. Have fun with it. I tell you this. Sorry to get off on this rant here. Be you, but be the best of you. that you can provide to somebody, right? That's hard to do, and it's easier said than done, but that's what I try to do. I try to give you guys the best version of myself that's still true to me. Trust me, you don't want the average, everyday Nikita, okay? You don't want that guy. It'd be boring, right? So Superfly Garage says, changing your own heater core is a Fox body rite of passage, and it is. Let's see. Yeah, I go there. Okay. So Dustin, you have the teal car then. Cool. I've actually heard that's a really nice car if that's the one I'm thinking about. I've heard a lot of guys talk about it. So Dustin, pretty cool, man. Your car gets, if it's the one I'm talking about, it's all over Facebook every time it comes out. So that's pretty cool, man. So you said you're selling that car? Is that what you said? What? Ooh. What's the asking price, man? You want to put it out there? You might have a bite tonight. You coming to Ohio anytime? Nah, probably not, man. I don't get out very much. I work a full-time job and have kids and do all this stuff and YouTube and everything else. So yeah, it's if I could snap my fingers, it's like that all the time. So I won't be making it to Chocolate Fox. The only event that I'm probably going to make it to this year is going to be Ford Takeover, and that's just due to scheduling, right? To my job. I would love to go to Chocolate Fox and Mustang Week and all this stuff, but I can't because of my job. The Fox cars are a money pit. Fuel pressure regulator turned into 8K in parts. The rabbit hole is deep. Yeah, man. Fox bodies are a money pit. They are. Any project car is pretty much going to be that way. Whether it's a new car, old car, whatever the case may be, it's still going to cost you a lot of money once you start modifying and whatnot. But I get what you're saying, though. You can have a single part fail on a Fox body and it can be a lot of damage. Let's see. Greetings from Green Bay. I appreciate that, Cheese Grater Cheesehead. The one thing I appreciate about you is you keep it real. I try to keep it as real as I possibly can. You know, and staying true to that, it's hard to, though. You know what I mean? It's hard to give you guys content that is YouTube friendly, family friendly, and still be myself at the same time. It's hard. I mean, it's just not an easy thing. I want to get on here and just F the world and throw stuff and, you know, cuss people out sometimes. You know, I mean, I'm human just like you guys are. It's rough. It's rough sometimes, but I try to stay as real as possible. Bill, I appreciate that. No, I have the black SN95 Cobra. Okay, my bad. There's some dude that's got a teal 93 Cobra that shows up to the meets at Sonic and things like that. That's what I was talking about. I don't know who that guy is that actually has it around here. I have an 87 just installed engine. I was engine bay. Just installed engine on the salt and pepper and have an orange wire. Where does that go? That orange wire is going to go to the back of your head or to the intake. You need that orange wire, guys. There's a running joke between one of my buddies from way back. We were putting the engine in his car. This is back in the 90s. We're putting the engine in his Fox body, and I think the orange wire got cut. And for whatever reason, I think I told him, you know, you don't need that or something like that anyway. And the car just didn't run right at all. It ran like crap. And he got to looking around and found that, you know, he was like, well, screw it. I'll just put this orange wire back together and, you know, put it as a ground. Fix the car. So there's a running joke between me and him. Ronnie Spivey was the guy. And we always say, oh, that orange wire. So make sure that orange wire is grounded. Need to put together... yeah, we do need to have a meet around here. You know, I have PFO Mustangs. Well, I can't say I have it anymore. I don't do anything with it. A lot of the other guys and some of the guys that are in here right now are actually running that. But we do still have PFO, and occasionally we'll still have a meet. But yeah, we need to do something. Good day from Australia. Don't have a Fox body, but always wanted a notch. Follow you for the Windsors. I have a dark block AFR headed 427 Windsor with a Magnum behind it. Oh, nice. And a 2000 Aussie Falcon XR8 4-door. Man, that is super freaking cool, dude. So, was that PJM? That's cool, man. So, let me ask you this. So, PJM, Like, are you into the burnout stuff? Like, how popular is that actually in Australia? You know, we see it all the time. We know, you know, not everybody's into it, but like, is it as big as what like Cletus and those guys make it out to be? It's pretty cool, man. You guys make some freaking horsepower down there, buddy. I'm impressed. It's cold here in Ohio. Let's see. All right. So I had a check engine a few weeks ago when I first started it up. And as it warms up, I go from a first pull out on the street, we'll come back and shut off a mile down the road. That could be a TFI module. I hate to throw that out there. That's typically what we always say, but your issue could be a TFI module. Let me read that one more time just to make sure I understand. Yeah, that could be a TFI module or a coil. As it heats up as you're going down the road, it could fail on you. Put a turbo on the Retro Fox. Nah, I probably won't be doing that. Bill, aren't you the one? He said put a turbo. We got a turbo car, Bill. We got the Calypso's turbo, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a supercharger. Trust me, anybody that says only turbo or only supercharger needs to own both because they are completely different. And I will say this though. Turbos get a bad rap a lot of times for not being as streetable as a supercharger. Really, it's quite the opposite in a sense. A good turbo setup can be awesome on the street. If you think about it, most of your vehicles nowadays are turbocharged. They're not supercharged like they used to be. And they've got this stuff dialed in, man, and a good turbo setup is freaking killer on the street. But there's something to be said also about the supercharger car. Just, I don't know. It's like it's not there, and it doesn't just come in and smack you in the face. It's just like, it's like your car is almost stock, or like before you put the supercharger on it, that's kind of how it runs up until about 3,500 RPM, and then it just kind of starts to come to life and make power. It just blossoms in front of your eyes. It's pretty cool the way a supercharger works on that. Now that's a centrifugal, not a Roots or a twin screw. Okay, so Adam says, I don't want to sound like I'm begging or anything, but any Wisconsin guys, I do have a group on Facebook, Wisconsin Fox Bodies. So if anybody wants to check out Adam on Facebook, Wisconsin Fox Bodies, so you guys check him out. I have family 1 hour and a half from him, an hour and a half from him. Bill says, yeah, I know, Tony. Would I get another Terminator? Probably not at this point in the game, just because the prices are through the roof on them, or not through the roof really, but they're just, you know, I sold my Cobra dirt cheap. You guys don't even know how I pretty much gave that car away. They're double that now. So for the same car, just that quick. So I probably won't get another one. If I do, it'd be a hard top, probably black 03 Cobra, but guys, I probably won't ever own one. Neo's already live? I thought Neo wasn't going to go live until 8. So anyway, let's get back to some of the things that we're going to have coming up on the channel again. Those you just tuned in. So basically the Project Fox, we're going to paint this thing. We're going to do the interior on it and get it running good. It runs pretty good, but it doesn't run as good as it needs to. So I've got to get on that. I got to make this car ready to go. As far as I know right now, we're going to leave the AOD in it. I want to have some AOD content for the AOD guys. Plus, I love an automatic. A good running automatic car is awesome. For any of you that are knocking like automatics, I don't know, man. Maybe you've just never had a good automatic. We'll see how that goes. If this thing gives me trouble and I can't get anybody to rebuild it, or it's going to be too long of a wait, I'll just get impatient and swap it. I mean, I'll tell you what's going to happen. But hopefully this thing holds up and does good. I do have another AOD that came out of the Calypso. I actually gave it to my dad, but he told me already I can get it. So we do have that. And I know that transmission worked good because the Calypso actually ran awesome with 14 gears, trick flow stage 1 camshaft, and SVE heads. The thing ran awesome with the AOD in it. So Let's see, what else? We may be doing an engine build. I need to video that. So I got all my stuff back from the machine shop, and we need to talk. I guess I could go ahead and mention it to you guys tonight. It's not like a secret or anything. You guys have already seen it. Let me just go ahead and we'll just talk about it tonight. Now I'm still going to do a video on this, but right there. So I got my engine back from the machine shop, and we have to decide what we're going to do with this thing. It is a non-roller block. And I know a lot of people said just go with a roller block, because I do have a roller block. It's sitting right over there. Actually, that's a 60 over. I have a standard roller block out there in the shed. But a lot of people said don't bother with the non-roller, but it's a good block. Like, this thing was ready to go. The only thing I had to do was swap some rods around and clean it up, get it vatted, hot tanked, and we were good to go. So I hate to not use it. But here's the issue. If I run the Trick Flow Stage 1 camshaft in this thing, it will work, but it is on the ragged edge of not sealing up around the lifters. So I really don't know what I want to do there. I may just go ahead and put some retrofit link bar roller lifters in it and run that for now. That's a lot of money that I really don't want to spend. I'm not going to lie to you. But think of it this way. If you have the retrofit rockers, like, at that point you can do anything you want to. If we want to do a Windsor later on, it can be an older Windsor. Guess what, guys? I have I know I got 2 351 Windsors that we could use. So, that's a pretty cool option. If you stick with this Spider, even the Comp Cams, like aftermarket Spider hold down with the dog bones, even if you go to that, you're still limited. You're still limited on lift, or else the lifter's going to come out of the valley. That's the problem. The lifter bore, it's going to come out. So what do you guys want to see me do with this engine? Now, I'm going to do what I have to do here to make it all work, but I am curious as to what you would like to see done with it. My thought was basically just stick it together, budget stuff. I've already actually got a cart set up and on Summit right now. All cheap stuff. We're not using King bearings. We're not using Total Seal rings. Like, none of that stuff. We're using cheap stuff. Throw this thing together, get it running, and put it in possibly the Project Fox, and maybe do stock heads and stock intake, paint it up really pretty, and we could go that route. Or we could take the Canfield heads off of this motor, send them off, get them checked, make sure they're good, put them on this motor, and do that. Like, what do you guys want to see? Retrofit roller lifters, Sean's asking. So the retrofit roller lifters are a shorter lifter. Hold on. Screw it. I'll just take you guys over here. We'll talk about it. I don't have the other engine turned over right now. Let me just set you up here. All right, guys, give me just a second. I have to do what I got to do here. I want to get you guys over here so we can talk about this. Yeah, that's not really going to work too good. Let's see. Can you see that? A little bit. Can't really take you down any further. The phone's trying to turn. Anyway, so your retro lifters are just shorter. See the gap in between these seal areas right here. In this particular block, I hope you can see that. Go over here. The problem that you run into is, let's see, I actually have one up on, where is it at? Yeah, here we go. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay. There it is. So the seal area on this thing, this is with a Trick Flow Stage 1 cam. Look how close this thing is to coming out of the lifter bore right here, okay? So as soon as that comes out, you're gonna lose oil pressure. That's what I'm concerned with. Does it work? Yes, it works, but it is on the ragged edge of working. You can actually, you can see it a little bit. Let me get you guys over here. You can see right there that that might even be a loss of pressure itself. But typically it's whenever the seal itself comes out right here. That's why I don't want to risk running the stock lifters. So we'll just have to see on that. So Stymie says that it'd be cool to see a autocross car. Man, not really my thing, but I will give some respect to those guys. And I'm just moving everything around. I know this is loud. I apologize. I'd be interested. Let's see. You're gonna pick up some of those Maker's Garage burnt bronze Cobra wheels? I don't know. Probably not. They're gonna be so hard to get that I probably won't be able to for a while. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys that because to buy the roller lifters, the retro style, the short ones, so that they don't come up out of the lifter bore, is going to cost a lot of money to do. And you know how it goes. I mean, when we do that, something else has to be put on hold. I did think about putting a set of Pro Max heads on the car, but guys, ultimately, I just want to drive this thing. I feel like we need a stock car in our arsenal. Something that, maybe the Trick Flow Stage 1 cam is a very, very mild cam. And I love the way it sounds, but it's very mild. So I really just kind of wanted something, with like stock heads, some headers, X-pipe, 373 gears, stock intake, or maybe a GT40 Explorer intake, something like that, just a little different for the channel. If you start getting into aftermarket heads, well, at that point, you really need an intake. I really wanted to get rid of that Trick Flow intake on there. I just don't like the way it looks, and it makes it really hard to get the stuff. So, I'm kind of torn here. Yeah, so I see Neo went live. I thought Neo was going live at 8. I may have got my times wrong, so I do apologize. We talk about this all the time. He understands I have to do life just like he has to do life. We're going to intersect from time to time. But out of respect for Neo, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I wasn't able to really kind of go where I wanted to go with this tonight because I rambled. But I just wanted to let you know what the plans were for the channel mainly. And we have a lot of stuff to do. I didn't even get into all of it. But Chris says, question, do you recommend upgrading the radiator for better cooling and flow, or does the OEM radiator work just fine? For a stock car, it works just fine, and for a mild built car, it works fine. I've not ever had any issues with the stock radiator. Now, with that being said, not a stock replacement style from O'Reilly or AutoZone or something like that. Those things they're still fine for a stock car. They just do not cool. I mean, those things are like that thick. They're like a 2-core radiator. No, just go ahead and buy a Mishimoto or buy the LMR or the SVE radiator. Works great. Does anyone have a Victor Jr. intake for sale? Sean wants to know if anybody has a Victor Jr. intake for sale. Might be. Let's see. Will I get here right about the end? Yeah, man, I'm sorry. Mustang Guy 6501. Check your email when I can. I will check it at some point tonight. I'm actually going to get out here and shoot a video for you guys, and we're going to start on some body work on the car. And I'm going to take you back through the process that I did with the Calypso, but this time I'm going to get a little more in depth, and I'm going to talk more about the mindset that you have to do the body work. Physically, there's not a lot to it. You move your arm up and down. It's mentally, that's what matters when it comes to doing body work. I want to get you guys up to speed and do this. Like if you've ever wanted to do it, I want you to be able to do it. I know that the bodywork videos don't do that great, but if it reaches one person and gets them up off the couch and gets them out there and they're doing body work that they didn't think that they could ever do, then it's worth it to me. It's worth it. I want to hear your stories. I want to know all of that. If these videos inspire you, let me know, because that inspires me whenever you guys let me know that. So That's why I do them. All right, Irish Red. Always a pleasure to see your show. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I do need to do some body work. Every video you make helps me out. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Food Stamp Fox says that he just wanted to say, hey, later. See you, John Doe. Zach, I like painting. So I know, like, a lot of people, the payoff is being able to paint your car, right? And it is. But to me, body work is like, it's a work of art. It really is. It's almost therapeutic to sit there and know that you had like a really rough, fender or something like that. It's all dented up, and you got this thing smooth and slicked out. And when you put that primer over the top of that body work, you're kind of like, damn, how's it gonna look? And then you sand it and it's perfectly flat, and you guide coat it. There's not a better feeling. Painting a car is cool, but you can paint a car that's just an overall paint job. You can bring in a 2022 Mustang, scuff it up and paint it. And yes, that's rewarding and that's cool, but it's not like body work. Body work is freaking awesome whenever you see what it is that you've been able to fix. Now, like on a production line or in a shop or something like that, yes, body work sucks. That's the thing you don't want to do. But whenever you're being rewarded by fixing your own car and you can stand back and say, I did that. The reason why this car looks like a mirror and the reason why it's laser straight is because I did it. And that's a good feeling. Pinch welds. So yeah, at some point I'm going to get to the pinch weld video. I'll say this on pinch welds. There's no like magic pill here, okay? There's no easy button. You do what you got to do, whether it be vice grips. We call these just flat bill, duck bill, whatever. You can get those on there, clamp them down. 2 pieces of wood, if you can clamp them around the pinch weld to get them back out. If they're bent up out of the way, just freaking grab them with some channel locks or vice grips and pull them down like hammer and dolly. You can get a nice hammer and dolly set from Harbor Freight right here. Hammer and dolly, man. If your pinch weld is bent up where your fender bolts to it, which is typically the problem, is the reason why most people want to do it, you literally can put a bolt through that thing, tie it to your jack, and jack the car up and stretch it out. I did that on the lift, actually. Just whatever you can do. Be creative, guys. There's no right or wrong way to do this. There are certain steps that you have to take, especially like when it comes to body work with the prep. But as long as your prep is there, it doesn't matter how you go about it other than that, right? The final result is all that matters, and there's a million different ways to do it. So Zach says he worked at a body shop. Yeah, so there you go. Working at a body shop, that body work sucks because that job leaves and you never really get to see it, right? The painter gets all the rewards there. When that car comes out, they're not like, oh, look at that body work. They're like, paint looks awesome. The reason why the paint looks awesome more than likely is because the body guy did his job. I have been thinking about painting my Fox. I just don't know where to begin. All right, so Uncle George 5.0. This next series of videos that I'm going to put out, I'm going to focus it on someone like that really wants to do it, but just don't know where to begin. Here's the answer as to where you begin. Right here. It's all in your head. Get a game plan together, understand what it is that you're trying to do, and the rest will work itself out. You don't have to know everything right up front, but this is the good thing about body work. You can mess up on body work and it won't matter. Body work doesn't matter. If you screw up on it, so it was already messed up to start with. Redo it until you get it right. If you got to do 100 times, okay? I'll give you a good example. When you block sand after you put filler on your car, right? So you've done your little bit of body work, or maybe you've pulled some dents out or whatever, and now you're putting a skim coat of Bondo on it, and you go to block sand in this thing, and you got high spots just staring you in the face. You know what you have to do? Where is it at? Where is it at? Did I already put it up? I think I put that hammer on. You take a hammer to it, and you hit those high spots. You knock them down. You tap them down. So that should tell you right there that there's no right or wrong way, right? If you're beating on your car with a hammer while you're trying to make it smooth and fix it, that seems like it's going against everything that it should. But doesn't matter. It's all in your head, okay? So if you want to do it, I promise you that you can do it. And the great thing about Bodywork is there's no special tools required. You do not even have to have air. You don't have to have an air sander, none of that. You can do it all by hand. It'll take you a while, but you'll actually have a better job. It's a commitment. It is. It's 100% a commitment. But the good thing is, it's worth a try. There's about 3 or 4 different things that can happen whenever you start Bodywork and you think you're gonna do this. You either succeed, you either fail, and then you have to go pay somebody to do it, or you fail and you keep trying until you get it right. You know, there's a bunch of different ways that this can kind of pan out, but ultimately, your car usually is going to be at least in the same condition that it was, typically not worse. In other words, if you started on your car and it was all beat and banged up anyway, right? It had a big old dent in the fender. You start on your car and you just can't complete it. You can't finish it. You can't get the Bondo worked out on it. It's just not, the body guy doesn't care, right? It's not going to matter to him whether you got a little bit of Bondo on there already or you brought it to him before you ever put any on it. So you've not really hurt yourself there. Yeah, 90% of it is in Bodywork. Oh, look at that. We got Hicks House videos in the house. Look, guys, I said I was going to get off earlier. Let me go ahead and get off here so that Neo can do his thing. It's Bodywork time. It's that time of year. I think it seems like every year we've done this. But that's what's coming up. I hope you guys are ready for it. Just watch. Even if you're not, you never know, man. That bug may bite you, and you may start wanting to do some bodywork or something like that. Who we got here? All right, so a GTWNC has been a member for 7 months, and he says, whoop, whoop, are we doing giveaways tonight? No, we are not doing any giveaways tonight. Let me go ahead and address this, I guess. As of right now, we're not going to be doing any LMR giveaways. We'll see how all that works out later, but no more giveaways for right now. It's not like nothing's going on, but that's just kind of been put on hold right now. So we're not going to be doing any giveaways or anything like that. We should have a new run of shirts and hats coming up here in the next month, maybe something like that. So we'll do some of that. We'll do some decals and things like that. Yeah, peace out. Look, Bama says he's ready for some Bodywork. All right, look, let me go ahead and get off here. You guys go check Neo out. I'll catch you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.